Welcome everyone to another episode of The Bright Side and another episode of the Great Cornish Pasty-Off. Today it's the turn of Gear Farm and Anne's Pasties. So let's go check them out. What excellent service. I was chatting to the gentleman there for quite a while. As we get into the video I'll explain a few of the bits that he was saying, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've heard a lot about Gear Farm pasties, so yeah, excited. And it's quite an obscure little place to find, actually. Right on the back roads, like we're around like Morgan somewhere, like Gweek area. I don't exactly know. But yeah, little car park here. Awesome. Right, let's go to the Lizard and pick up an Anne's pasty. Just like that, we've arrived at Anne's Pasties on the Lizard. There's a bus right there if you're wondering what the heck is that noise. So anyway, let's head in and pick up an Anne's pasty. Alright, got my medium steak along with an English apple drink. Normally I have like a bottle of water. They didn't have bottled beverages in there, just canned drinks, so it'll be delicious. Alright, let's go and find a place to consume these pasties. I thought to myself, do you know what? I have never been to Cadgwith. Beach down there, the cove, etc. So I thought, well, let's enjoy the pasties at Cadgwith. Nice. Now, you all know I love my information placards. Welcome to Cadgwith. Like I said, I've never been here before. Well, I don't think I have. Nestling at the foot of a sheltered wooded valley, the pretty Cornish fishing village of Cadgwith has been making a living from the sea since medieval times. During the 18th and 19th century, the cove was home to a large fleet of pilchard seine boats. I think that's how you pronounce it, seine boats. I think so. And you'll see the relics of that once thriving industry. Fish sellers, blah blah blah, still clustered around the beach today. Alright, obviously not the focus of the video because we're here to eat pasties, but interesting. Alright, there's the "You Are Here." Alright, let's go and enjoy these pasties. Wow, ready for the big reveal here at Cadgwith Cove. That is stunning. Cornish flag up there, flying proudly, of course. Nice. Now, I might have found the perfect little perch for the camera. I haven't brought the long tripod today. So we're just going to have it on the short tripod. And this little flat area within this little sheltered sort of region is looking quite good. Let's set the camera up. Now, for those of you that know me, you all know that I don't drive, and you're now thinking, how in the name of heck did he get from A to B to C in this video? May I introduce to you, Shell Bell! You've come with me today, haven't you? So you're not going to like, well, I have actually bought you a pasty. Yeah. I bought you a pasty to enjoy. Now, you're not going to like take part of it, no, because we thought that would not work with this series of videos because I've been rating them. We're not even going to declare which pasty I've got. No. I'm only going to eat one. You're only going to eat one, aren't you? I've got to think of me figure. I can't eat two pasties. But I'm here as driver and silent partner today. Excellent. Right, well, I'm going to set the camera up. Oh, look, what's that? A little bit of crab. Yeah. Look at that. Ugh. Okay, right. I'm going to set the camera up here somewhere. And we're going to start with Gear Farm. Right, nice backdrop behind me. Quite bright, so I think it should be okay. Right, so here is the Gear Farm pasty. So I'm going to start with this one because I bought it first. That's the way I tend to do it. Let's try and adjust that a little bit. Shelley there in the background. Just trying to make sure we're not too backlit. Right, maybe go there. I've got to watch my foot in a bit because I might fall down onto the beach. But here is our pasty that I procured in Gear Farm. Now, I've never had a Gear Farm pasty. I have been told that they are excellent. So, let's have a look at what we're dealing with. So this is the standard sized Gear Farm pasty. And like always, what I'll be doing is, it's always a short crust. It's always a steak, So basically a traditional Cornish, because if you go off-piste, like I've explained in a couple of the other videos that's preceded this one, if you go a bit off-piste and you decide to have, you know, you get like a steak pasty from here, and you get like a cheese and onion pasty or whatever from Anne's Pasties, that's not a fair comparison. So they are like for like pasties, basically, is how we're doing this series of videos. Just want to point out, I am not a trained connoisseur of food. I know what I like, and these videos, all these pasties are basically based on my opinion on what a good pasty is. Pasties sometimes can be quite inconsistent, more so from the bigger bakeries. The bigger providers can be a little bit inconsistent, you know, so you can go into, I don't know, for example, Bakery X on a day, have a pasty, it can be really good. You can then go back to that same pasty shop the following day, and actually it can be a bit rubbish. So they can be a bit inconsistent. So I always mark my pasties out of 10 on the day that I'm consuming them. So, Gear Farm, let's have a look. It's retained a nice little bit of heat in there. We'll obviously check that out when we get into it. Little bit of that sort of burnt edging that I like, and it's oozed a little bit out there on the top, which is always a nice sign of a good juicy pasty, I think. So, pastry looks very nice. Alright, let's give it a go. My first ever Gear Farm pasty. First impressions, excellent, lovely pastry. Obviously on your first bite of the pasty, you obviously get a huge amount of pastry, so obviously you need to go a little bit in, you know, to get that sort of real true taste of it. But first impressions, that pastry is lovely. Yeah, that's a really good pasty. Nicely seasoned. Not overboard with the seasoning. Interested, the veg is nice. Interested to get to that meat there. All very individual inside. I'll give you a little cross section there. And when I say individual, like the meat, not the meat, excuse me, the veg. Again, it hasn't all come together as one mush. This is all nice. You can taste the potato in there, a turnip. Onions coming through. Yeah. Right, now for the meat. This is the real key to obviously to a steak pasty. Ooh. Beautiful. What a beautiful pasty. Spoiler alert. This is going to rate quite highly. Yeah, that's really good. Gear Farm itself was not necessarily awkward to get to. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. We had to set the sat nav. And sort of it was leading through all these very tight little lanes to get to where we needed to be. Obviously being all the way out in Penzance, I wouldn't specifically come to this area for a pasty, you know, no matter how good it is, because it's a long old way. You know, you think like the Lizard area, you know, we're a good sort of 40 plus minutes, 45 minutes away from Penzance, so it is a little bit of a stank to get here, obviously by car. And this is a lovely pasty. But yeah, if we're kind of in this area and we think to ourselves, yeah, I want a pasty, well, Whoa, whoa, uh-oh. Almost lost some meat. That was really hot. And we bought this must be an hour ago. Well, it was 11:15. Quarter past 12, so yeah, there you go, an hour. That's still really hot there in the middle. Oh yeah, this is lovely. The gentleman in Gear Farm, extremely nice man. They've been a business since, I think he said 1999, so a little over 20 years. They started to make pasties in around about 2000, so about a year after their business started. I believe he was saying they used to be wholesalers, but then they moved more into this sort of market. And I've only really recently heard of Gear Farm in the last sort of few months. There's a seagull up there stalking me. Get back, demon! I always make out that I don't like seagulls. Kind of like a running joke with the channel, but actually I do quite like seagulls. I think they're quite fun. What a view though, look at this. I said in the last pasty video, which was up in like Camborne and stuff, you think, well, what a place to eat a pasty, all that sort of heritage and stuff like that. We went down to the Tucking Mill Valley Park and we ate our pasty amongst all like the ruins of like our tin mining heritage and stuff. You know, what a place to eat a pasty. But then again, you look at it from this point of view, how absolutely stunning. A little bit backlit there, you can see me. But look at that down there. Oh, let's set that back there. Try and get that light right again. Whoa. Alright. Here we go. This is beautiful. I can see why so many people have recommended Gear Farm pasties. This is not a chore to eat in any shape or form. The gentleman was saying that they do 4 different sizes. They do the cocktail, small, standard and large, but they only have the standard pasty available if you just walk up to the shop and get it. If you want like a large pasty, or you want a few cocktails, or if you basically want another size other than standard, he said give them a ring with about an hour's notice, and when you swing on by, they'll be ready for you. I thought that was really good. He said it cuts down on waste, which I suppose it would do. It would definitely cut down on waste. I was laughing at Shellbell. She didn't want to interfere, but she didn't really want to be in the video because we didn't want to like break that little bit of consistency with this, with the line of videos that we're doing regarding our pasties. But I said, well, you know, people know I don't drive, so, you know, how the heck am I going to get to this neck of the woods without you? I thought people aren't daft. And bless her, look, she's just keeping out the way. She's, I don't know if you can see her over me. She's just down there, having a bit of a wander. Alright. Looks like she's found something. What's she found? Let's have a look. Have you found the rest of that crab?
Look at it.
Oh yeah.
Get a few crab sandwiches out of that bag, do we?
What is it? Oh yeah. I didn't see it on the camera. I'm enjoying this pasty too much. I was just saying how absolutely beautiful it is down here.
Not a bad place for lunch, is it?
No. I've just finished that last little bit of pasty from Gear Farm. I just enjoyed it down there, having a bit of a chat with Shellbell. We did just, yeah, we've commented again how beautiful this is. Definitely come down here actually for a full vlog in its own right, because it's definitely warranting a vlog. Oh, excuse me, a nice little burp there. Turn that camera back round. So, the marking of that one. So out of 10, I always do it out of 10. I have said in a couple of previous videos that when I started this little series, when I jumped down this rabbit hole, if you will, I should have done a 1 to 20, because I think it would have been a bit more flexible. But it's a 1 to 10. I'm not going to change it halfway through the series now. But, do you know what? Beautiful pastry, beautiful meat, beautiful veg. That was just a beautiful pasty. I'm just going to go straight in with a 9 out of 10. That was stunning. Always reluctant for a 10 out of 10. I was just saying to Shellbell, 10 out of 10 is, you know, achievable. This was very close to a 10 out of 10. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me is obviously absolute perfection. And that's what I was saying about, I wish I had done it slightly differently with like a 1 to 20, because it would have been a slightly easier format to score these pasties. But absolutely outstanding pasty from Gear Farm. Like I said, reluctant for any 10 out of 10s, although that's probably not fair maybe on the series either, but 9 out of 10. Absolutely a 9 out of 10 on that one. That was beautiful. If you're ever in this area, wow. Although that said, like I said, Anne's pasties are extremely good as well. I have had an Anne's pasty before, and it is beautiful, which is why I'm really looking forward to this series or not this series, this particular video in the series, because, like I said, great reputation from Gear Farm, although I haven't tried one up until now. And I have had an Anne's pasty before, and it was sensational. So this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. Let me just get my drink there just to wash that down a little bit. But here is Anne's pasty. Did I give Shelley her drink? No, I didn't. She's like miles away. I'll get her a drink in a minute. It's in my bag, all safe and sound. Right. So what we got? So this one, actually I forgot to pick up a beverage in Gear Farm. I normally just pick up a drink, like in the first one that I go into. No rhyme or reason to that, and I usually go with a bottle of water. But couldn't find a bottle of water in Anne's pasties. They just had like canned drinks. They had like Coca-Cola and stuff. But I thought, no, let's not have a Coke. So we've gone for this Cornish Orchards English apple. Expertly blended, gently sparkling. Don't think I've ever had one of these before. So let's see what this is like. Alright. Alright, that's very nice. We're not focusing on that though. Focusing on the pasties. Right. I'm glad I stuck with medium, because I think I would struggle with like a large pasty. You know, like a large pasty times 2. I don't think I could do that anymore. I think that would be a little bit overboard. Overkill on the pasty front, although, you know, I do love my pasties. Right. I can feel already getting it out of the bag. The pastry is a little bit more crumbly. Nice little size. About the same size, actually. I would say that was the same size as Gear Farm. Almost like a little top crimp on this pasty. Most pasties are around one side or the other. This one's just laid in on the top a little bit. You do get top crimp pasties. And yeah, the telltale, yeah, that nice little burnt bottom where all that juice is just flowing and whatnot. That's really good. Now, it's a bit of a conundrum because I usually eat a pasty right-handed, but I don't have the crimp on the right side, because I mean, really, and the crimp is like to hold, isn't it? It's a handle. But I never really, I never really go for it that way around. I always hold it right-handed, but I always have the crimp for some reason on the left-hand side. I've no idea. But when you have more of a top crimp, what do? I suppose we'll just eat it like this. All right, let's go straight in now for an Anne's pasty. Juice has just immediately hit me. Very juicy. Lovely pastry. I can see now this is going to be hard to mark in comparison to Gear Farm. This is... yeah, nicely seasoned. All that veg in there. I'll show you a little cross section in a minute when I get a bit further into it. Onion coming through. This is just this is heaven. Oh yeah, that is so juicy. Tried to find out on their website how long. Oh, look at that juice running out. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh wow. It's like when you have a slice of New York pizza and you know, it just drips with grease. It's just the best. But oh, look at that juice coming out. Oh yeah. I can't remember what I was talking about before. I went off on a tangent about New York pizza and I was taken there by surprise. All this juice running out of the pasty. Yeah. Yeah, that pastry is lovely, and you can see how, like, maybe not the most practical in the fact that actually the inside is spilling out so readily there from the side. Where obviously the pastry is a bit thinner. Yeah, I think I mentioned the seasoning, but yeah, nicely seasoned. You can see the pepper in there a little bit more. So a little bit more peppery than the Gear Farm. Right, I'm going to get that little... whoa, a little bit of potato fell out. That little bit of meat there, we're going to give that a go. This thing is dripping. It's that juicy. Do you know what? They know how to make pasties in, like, Camborne, Madruth, big mining heritage, isn't it? I was just saying. But I tell you what, don't underestimate, like, the Lizard Peninsula. Wow. Gosh, I'm getting full, but do you know what? This is not a struggle to eat at all. It's incredible. This is so good. Shellbell's consumed her pasty. And like I said, we're not going to tell you which one she had, but it was a big thumbs up, wasn't it?
I really enjoyed it. I was not disappointed.
The car was just smelling like, oh. In fact, the Gear Farm car park, we just got out the car and it was just, pasty was just in the air. Didn't get that quite so much with Anne's pasties, but you know, from a smell point of view. But
it's in the middle of the village, so...
it is. Shabba was just saying it's in the middle of a village. Probably can't hear her over there. I haven't got the big mic. Whoa! I haven't got the big microphone on today, and yes, I did just like fall. You can see how like precariously I'm perched here to kind of get. I'm on that little flat ledge. Oh, do you want your?
Steps.
Do you want your drink? Let me pause a minute. I'll drink and get. And I'll drink. I'll pause, not to drink. I'll pause to get the drink. I'll be right back. Okay. Delved into my backpack. Shelley's now got her beverage. So I think when it comes to juice, I think this has to be the juiciest pasty. I don't think I've ever really had a pasty where the juice literally runs out of the bottom. It's a slightly messy pasty to eat, if I'm being fair. The pastry...
Because of the juice.
But probably, yeah, I was going to say, because of that juice.
It's infected the structural integrity.
So good. Gosh, I thought that some other bakeries were pretty good. Wow. Oh, paper bag just blown away. It's a little bit windy. Hopefully that doesn't affect the audio too much. Actually, I've got the smaller, microphone muff on the camera, because if you have a big one, although there's like a noise or like a wind reducing setting on this camera, when you have the big microphone out, you can hear it on it. So I think really the bigger microphone, we just kind of stick with it at home, have it at home, just make it just improve the audio at home. But I think when we're out and about, I think this is a perfectly adequate microphone, which is the inbuilt microphone in the camera itself. So I just put the wind muff on it. Oh man, that was also sensational. I'm gonna have to wander for a minute. I'm not wandering away from you. I have to think about this.
As a side note,
Yeah.
this apple juice is really tasty.
It is. Shelley was just saying it's really tasty apple juice. It is very tasty. Wow, that what an amazing experience that was as a seasoned pasty eater. Wow. Good pastry. I think I preferred the Gear Farm pastry. It was a little bit less crumbly. Excuse me. But I tell you, the taste, I mean, it was just there on Anne's pasties. That was spot on with its meat. The juice, I don't know how they made it so juicy. Again, the vegetables, it was all very sort of individual. You could taste the potato and the onion came through nicely. Like I said, beautifully seasoned. The meat was delicious. Do you know, when we started this series of videos, I always wanted it to be like a competition between the two, and it is a competition between the two in a way. Not like an aggressive competition where it's like, oh, your pasty is rubbish, mine is brilliant. Not in that way, but just again on the day, which pasty, in my opinion, comes out on top. I always wanted it to be a winner and a loser. Again, inverted commas around the term loser, because I don't mean it in that way. Just, runner up. But do you know what? They were different pasties, but I cannot separate those two. I'm going to go straight in with a 9 for Anne's pasty as well. It was stunning. So yeah, I think for the first time in this series, we're not going to have a winner and we're not going to have a loser, because that's a tied game. I would highly recommend both pasties beyond. They go beyond the limits. I think they were both absolutely beautiful. Like I said, Gear Farm's pastry, for me, my own tastes, slightly better. But I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of 9 for Gear Farm and then 8.9 for, it'd be ridiculous. You got to, I had to swap out the battery then. I might have been in mid-flow, but the battery just died. Anyway, we've swapped the battery over now on the camera. But yeah, both those pasties. Do you know what? Hand on heart. I'm gonna get out of the wind. It's very windy. Let me come back up this way where it was a bit more sheltered. Hand on heart. I genuinely mean this. I do not think I have ever had pasties of that quality that I have bought, like commercially bought pasties. I cannot really separate the two of them, which is why Gear Farm 9 out of 10, Anne's pasties 9 out of 10. Absolutely delicious on both. That is a little bit clearer here. Not clearer, you know what I mean, less windy. They've blown my mind. They've blown my mind. If you are ever in this area, I couldn't separate them. You would have to make your own decision on whether you would want a Gear Farm or an Anne's pasty. I think we don't come out this neck of the woods very often, although like I've been saying, I would like to come here and vlog this village. This is beautiful. But no, we don't come out this neck of the woods very often. But I tell you what, if we're ever hungry and we want a pasty and we're in this neck of the woods, I don't know which one I would go for. To be honest, if it was two of us eating them, I think I would buy one from each and cut them in half. What more can I say? Absolutely beautiful. Without a doubt, two best pasties of the series so far. 9 out of 9. No, 9 out of 9? What am I talking about? Shelley's laughing now. No, I'm so delirious with pasty joy. Yeah, 9 out of 10 for both of those. And I kind of feel that I want to make them both 10 out of 10. Do you know what? I think, with full respect to those pasties, I think I've actually got to change that both. I think it's 10 out of 10. They are... Shelley's like this in the background. They were perfection. I know they're not like mass produced in the same way as like other large bakeries and whatnot. So they obviously are a smaller concern than other bakeries, and I think sometimes that quality shows through. But I've been bowled over by today. I've been here by Shellbot. I've been bowled over by both those pasties, and I think it has. I think it's got to be a 10 out of 10 on both of them.
Delicious.
They were delicious. If I knew swear words, I'd be using them right now, but I was brought up right, so I don't know any swear words. But I mean, they were absolutely joyous. I don't think I can describe it anymore.
They Oof and Gert liquors as well.
You heard it from Shellbell.
And when you talk about not being mass produced, like, they still make hundreds and hundreds of pasties a day, so it's not like your granny on the corner making
they're not like making maybe half a dozen pasties.
They are making hundreds and hundreds of pasties a day, so they are still putting the volume out there, but not in the same industrial way as some of the other places.
And it's interesting, because I was speaking to the gentleman who served me at Gear Farm, and he was saying, in his opinion, sorry, my arm is gone dead. He was saying, in his opinion, that it is all about, and it's no disrespect to the larger bakeries who employ employees, but it is all about putting your heart and soul into making a pasty. Absolutely. And I Anne's pasties, that comes through. Gear Farm, that comes through. Hampson's in Hale, that comes through. You could taste the love in those pasties. They were phenomenal. Highly recommend both of them. 10 out of 10. I never actually thought that we would be 10 out of 10 on any of them, really. I don't know. Just... yeah. Bye. goodness. Trying to get through that water there. It's like one of those little beach rivers that run down into the sea. We're going to leave the video there. I do hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed that one. That was sensational. Thank you, as always, for watching. It's very much appreciated. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, smash the bell, and you'll never miss out on any video that we put up on YouTube. We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at the Bright Side, so check us out there. So from us to you, cheers and gone. And at some point, we will return to Cadgwith to video it and document it, because I know we've obviously panned the camera around a little bit, but we haven't obviously shown it in great detail. But what a beautiful, beautiful cove this is. All right, heading back to the car, heading back to Peasy.